What's up, guys? This is Ofo, and this is a real use match I had against a guy I found in Wi-Fi battle finder named Blaze, and I'm actually using a slight adaptation of one of the first teams I ever made for Wi-Fi battling, and I found it in my box, and I was like, hey, I might as well use this team, find a real use match, and post a few guys. So today was my last day of school before spring break, and so I'm actually going to be out of town going to actually Disney World in Florida, Disneyland, Disney World, not really sure which, but so I'm not going to be posting videos from Monday next week to Friday, in case, any of you, care about that. But, yeah, just with that out of the way, let's get right into the battle. So, well, I guess to prelude, looking at his team preview, I saw that he had his Sharpedo in the lead spot, and he also had a Clay Doll. So if you wanted just to keep with his normal lead, I could lead with Sceptile and him, threaten him out with a Leaf Storm, a Leaf Blade. And if he decided to lead with his Clay Doll to get up those rocks or spikes or whatever, I can also threaten him out. So, it's a pretty safe lead in my Sceptile. So he decides to lead with Sharpedo, which is fine with me. And I do go for Leaf Blade as he protects, which is pretty obvious, but I don't have any boosting moves on this guy, so there's no real point of, trying to, well, I can't set up. He does switch out here, and it's been so long since I lost this team, I forgot that I have a Grass Gem on this guy. If I had, that would have been one more reason to protect this switch and go for Earthquake, so I probably should have done that. The switch was pretty obvious, and I wouldn't have wasted my Grass Gem, but unfortunately I waste that, and on my switch, he's able to get up a layer of Toxic Spikes, which actually come into play. I don't have any poison types to get rid of that. Don't have a Spinner, which just kind of shows. And I have a Charizard, which is really bad, because if he gets up Stealth Rocks, that just cripples my Charizard amazingly. And speaking of that, he does get up this turn, and I let him do that because I didn't really have a choice, and I also thought I had a Spinner because on my normal team that Charizard's on, I do have a Spinner. Unfortunately, in this one I don't. So, yep, I do switch out my Sceptile here because I think he's gonna go for Rapid Spin, but in case he doesn't, I want to be able to, prevent that next turn. Fortunately, he doesn't, and this gives me a chance to keep my Spikes and Stealth Rocks I previously got up. So my Grass Gem is wasted, but I still hope that a Leaf Storm will take him out because that is super powerful. But unfortunately, it doesn't take him out, and he does go for Rapid Spin smartly this turn, and is able to blow away my Spikes and my Rocks, which is really unfortunate. So right now he has, I think, Poison Spikes up and Stealth Rocks, while I don't have anything. So right here, I didn't really feel like predicting a switch. I could have, I just didn't really want to, because I actually thought he was just going to stay in. But he does go back into this guy, and right now Poison is weighing me down, but I do have Earthquake, and so I'm hoping to potentially stop him setting up hazards if an Earthquake kills. So I do just go for that, and that isn't stab, and it's only neutral, so that probably wouldn't have taken out normally, but as you just saw, that I did get a critical hit. I'd probably say it mattered, but whatever. That prevents him from getting up 2 layers of spikes. But he does get up those spikes, and those are staying because I don't have any way of getting rid of them. And right here he goes into his Galvantula, and he knows that Poison's going to wear me down, so he predicts the Earthquake and goes back into his Clay Doll. That was fairly obvious. I just didn't go for it. I don't know. I guess for this match, I just wasn't in a really big predicting mood, because there's a couple of times I thought he might do something, I just didn't predict it. I mean, like, I didn't actually act on my instinct. But yeah, here he goes in his Entei. It's pretty obvious. Personally, I wouldn't have done it just because it's kind of risky. That was a really obvious move, and if I had been feeling gutsy at all, I would have predicted that, and he would have lost his Entei, or at least taken a lot of damage from a super effective Earthquake. But here, I bring in my Superstar, my Relincanth. He's the best fucking Pokemon. And here, I know he's going to want to switch because he doesn't want to, lose his Entei. And so I do go for a Rock Polish, and I'm able to get up to +2, which means I'm going to be able to outspeed this Galvantula and take him out with a Rock Smash. Not Rock Smash, sorry, Head Smash. And just like that, get out of the way one big, rarely used threat. So there goes his Galvantula, and I'm looking Normally, I would probably sweep his team, but unfortunately, Life Orb and Poison is really hurting me. And right here, he brings in the Sharpedo. The Protect is blatantly obvious, and despite the fact I don't really need +2 speed in case one of his guys is scuffed, I decided I might as well go for it. Because, I mean, the Protect was ridiculously obvious. So, I do take poison damage, and, I was really hoping here that he would stay in, because Sharpedo and Galvantula were his two main threats to my team. But unfortunately, he does choose to smartly switch out, and he goes into his Claydol, and, a Head Smash is so powerful, it's going to take out his Claydol from that range of health, despite being resisted. So at least I get that Claydol out of the way finally. But I am at 21 HP, so he's going to be able to go into pretty much anything and finish me off as long as it outspeeds. And he does have extreme speed on this Entei. But personally, I think it's a pretty bad move to go into this Entei, because he could have just gone into Sharpedo and protected. The Protect definitely, I mean, the Poison definitely would have taken me out, and he wouldn't have had to take a Life Orb recoil with his Entei. But I'm here, I really stupidly go into my Electivire and go for Thunder Punch. I don't know why I did this, because that's obviously not going to kill, because I'm Expert Belted, not Life Orbed, so I'm not, or Choice Banded, so it's not going to take him out. And he's able to take me out with a Flare Blitz, so I kind of pointlessly lose my Electivire, which really sucks. So now he's at really low health, and unfortunately though I do have to let something take a hit, because originally, oh yeah, I have to let something take a hit because I have nothing that outspeeds this guy, and you know, I might as well. I decided just to go into my Crustle, because at least I could get up Stealth Rocks during that turn, and he's not the most useful guy right now. So now I believe he is down to his last two Pokemon. He has a Lantern, which he's going to bring in right now, and he also has that Sharpedo in the background. So obviously Lantern is going to be able to outspeed me. He's able to take me out with a Scald. You know, whatever. There's no real point in me switching out right there. On the off chance he didn't go for that, maybe going for Confuse Ray or something, I had Earthquake to, you know, do a good amount of damage to him. So now going to Clefable, which normally, which can easily stall up this Lantern, because I am actually especially defensive, and I have a recovery move in Soft Boiled, and he doesn't unless he has Rest, which is possible, but it's not super common. But yeah, unfortunately this is kind of a stupid Clefable set. When I made it, I didn't want Toxic Stall, which is understandable, but at the same time, if I don't want a Toxic Stall, I shouldn't be using a Clefable, because that's really what they're good at doing. So he doesn't have Toxic. Instead, he has Encore, and or she has Encore, Heal Bell for other players on my team, because obviously she has Magic Guard, so she doesn't need it. Seismic Toss and Soft Boiled, and I did go for Soft Boiled right there because I did want to be at full health, so I could at least take one hit from this Sharpedo, and you know, I don't know, just no, might as well. I really wanted to go into that, get in the battle with that Sharpedo with as much health as possible. So now he goes to his last guy, which is this Sharpedo, and I do have my Clefable and my Charizard left. So he goes for Waterfall. I don't have any physical defense, but I am max HP, so I'm able to take that decently. I mean, obviously not well, but it's easily going to be to a KO. And he does have Life Orb, so I could have potentially stalled him out with Soft Boiled, but that would be assuming that he didn't have he didn't get a crit or a flinch, which with my luck definitely would have happened. So now I'm down to my last guy, but luckily, despite that my Charizard will go down to half health from the rocks, and he has a super effective Waterfall, I am Scarf, so I'm able to outspeed and take him out with a Hidden Power Grass. Oh right, yeah, that's right. Sorry guys, I just realized this is my Life Orb Charizard. I remember now. This is my Life Orb Charizard. I have two Charizards. I keep in my box. One of them's Life Orbed, one of them's Scarfed, and I brought the wrong one. That sucks. So I could have easily won that game if I just had a different item. Unfortunately, I didn't. Regardless, that was a really good match, Blaze. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. So, I guess that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys after spring break.